Hi everybody, this is Ravi Nalapredi from Precision Academy. This presentation is prepared by Sai Pradeep. Today I am going to handle Mission Purvodaya. Before I go into this, I would like to explain the National Steel Policy 2017, which gives you the foundation for this mission and the production capabilities at present and the demand in different sectors. With that background, we will go into the Mission Purvodaya, which is started very recently. So, what is this National Steel Policy all about? So, we want to create self sufficiency in steel production. That is number one objective, self sufficiency. So, how we want to do that? Like this policy provides support and guidance to private manufacturers, MSMEs and public sector steel plants. And then we are going to encourage adequate capacity additions. So, there will be more capacity additions, we are going to encourage that. So, as part of this national steel policy, and then globally competitive manufacturing capabilities, global competitiveness will be enhanced, and then cost effectiveness in production and energy efficiency in technology. These are the areas which we are going to focus on as part of this policy. And then domestic availability of iron ore, coking coal, natural gas, these three are most important raw materials and the ingredients, everything required for steel production. So, we have to domestically make them available, and then this steel policy will try to facilitate foreign investment. So, we are trying to get more of foreign investment. The total 10 lakh crore investment is required to achieve the targets. So, some part of it has to come from foreign investment. So, asset acquisitions of new materials, and then enhancing the domestic steel demand. That is one more thing, like how much we are consuming now, that has to almost triple maybe, and most importantly the demand has to come from infrastructure, construction, engineering and fabrication, automotives, railways, packaging, energy. So, in this particular infrastructure it is going to be increasing 10 times, like mainly in bridges, ports like airports, seaports and plants, new constructions. So, all these areas infrastructure wise, the government is planning a huge investment in that particular area. I will show you that particular policy in gist in a diagram here. So, they want to create a technologically advanced, globally competitive steel industry, technologically advanced and globally competitive. Then energy efficiency, this is one thing, energy efficient technologies. And then we are going to have steel research and technology mission, steel research technology mission of India, that is one more thing. And then 10 lakh crores additional investment to achieve 300 million tons, that is the target. And then 160 kg, that is an approximate figure, per capita consumption. These are the main points of steel policy. When we come to the specifics, that is the targets, so 300 million tons, this number you need to remember. And then finished steel per capita consumption almost 160 kgs, now it is only 61. So, by 2030 we are planning to have more per capita consumption of steel. So, domestically meet the entire demand of high grade steel we should not import, we have to meet all that demand domestically. So, we have to enhance the availability of vast coking coal, and then reduce import dependence. So, right now 85% of it is being imported, it should be reduced to 65%. These are the specifics, targets. Now, you see the state-wise steel production right now, we are the numbers are 1000 tons. So, for example, Odisha has 18,537,000 tons, that means 18 million tons, 1000 thousands is 1 million. So, 18 million tons in Odisha, that is number 1. Number 2 is Jharkhand, number 3 Chhattisgarh, all 3 adjacent states, they are in the top 3 position in state wise production. And then 4th place Karnataka, 5th Maharashtra, 6th Gujarat, 7th West Bengal. So, the public sector is having 21 million tons, and then private sector is having 85. So, 100 plus, that is where it is now, mainly private sector driven. This is the statewide steel production figures right now. So, in future it is going to be the east coast, eastern belt. So, that I will explain in Mission Purvodaya. So, what is this Mission Purvodaya? It is launched for the accelerated development of the eastern India. This is a really good decision they have taken. These are underdeveloped areas, basically Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and partly West Bengal, so and northern AP. So, these are the areas. Focus areas will be Odisha, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, West Bengal, northern part of AP. So, one more reason is not just underdevelopment of these areas. 80% of iron ore, 100% of coking coal, significant portion of chromite, bauxite, dolomite, these are all available. So, in economic geography you will be learning. So, the location of an industry, the main important factor is raw material, especially when the weight and volume of the raw material is so high. So, it should be close to the availability of the raw materials. So, all these raw materials are available in this particular belt. So, Mission Purvodaya, and this mission envisages to add 75% of country's incremental steel capacity. For example, now if you have 100 million tons and if you want to make it to 300 million tons, then the incremental is 200. So, in that 75%. So, that means almost 150. So, in that 150, 100 has to come from Odisha. So, it is going to be the Kalinganagar, this is going to be the hub, epicenter of Mission Purvodaya is Kalinganagar. So, Orissa is going to have transformation into a steel hub, and also we will be having a steel hub in Kolkata, West Bengal. So, Kalinganagar is going to be the focus. And then Indo-Japan collaboration is happening. We talked about foreign investment, so and technology. So, Japan is going to collaborate with India, and capacity additions through using the setup of greenfield steel plants. Now, it is like tedious process. Now, the government is going to use that process, and clusters will be developed for integrated steel plants as well as demand centers. So, there will be demand centers and clusters of steel production, and then transformation of logistics and utilities infrastructure. We need to smoothen this logistics and then utilities infrastructure. So, and then change this socio-economic landscape of the east. So, eastern India's socio-economic landscape is going to change. This is really important, especially for eastern part of the India. This is Mission Purvodaya. Now, we try to recap. So, initially we talk about the policy. The policy what we are talking about is self-sufficiency, sufficiency, and then capacity additions, capacity addition. So, total will be 300 by 3031. So, global competitiveness, global competitive, and then total investments as well as foreign, especially foreign investments, and then domestic raw material availability, raw material availability. So, these are the and also demand. So, demand. So, these are the ones in the policy level. So, policies have to be translated into figures, like, so that we will have some clarity on what we are talking about. So, there will be capacity addition of, and total of, it will, after capacity addition it will be 300 million tons. So, 1 lakh crores, 10 lakh crores additional investment will go into this, and when it comes to demand 160 per head, that is the demand. And then raw material washed coal imports should come down to from 85 to 65%. So, these are the figures, and then this is the policy. When converted into numbers, this becomes this targets, and then mission Purvodaya. To achieve this targets, we have this mission Purvodaya that will be focusing on the east. The name itself Purvodaya, Purva is east. So, Purvodaya, and then 75% of additional capacity will come from here, and one name we have to remember is Kalinga Nagar, that Kalinga Nagar. So, this is going to be the epicenter of all this steel production. Thus, Mission Purvodaya is going to transform socially and economically the eastern part of India. This is a really good mission to distribute the development in the country rather than the concentrating development in 1 or 2 states like Maharashtra, Gujarat. We are now spreading that. That's a real good decision. With this, I conclude this session. Thanks for joining. Thank you. Bye bye.